What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, with another marker watch. Before I begin, make sure to check out my website, YGOPaisano.com. I have the greatest field sensor tokens out there, period. None better than YGOPaisano.com. Once again, any order shipped out with tracking, so order today because there's only a limited amount of these I get, and when they sell out, and it normally takes about a month or two to maybe get them in, so yeah, only a certain amount, so make sure to check them out. Once again, YGOPaisano.com. So, we were alerted of the ban list. Now, the crazy thing about this is Konami, for the first time, I will say, used Twitter instead of their website. Because I'm not, like, if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever, you know, Konami loves their blogger website. And I hate it. I'm, like, burnt on their blog website. And they did alert us on Twitter, which I guess was cool. Even though that is a typo. Like, that's a 100% typo, Konami. Got him. And then eventually they updated the ban list on their website. Which is fine. The website did get an overhaul. It looks a lot cleaner. I will say that the old website looked horrible. So the new website is nicer, but updating with it via Twitter? Okay. I see what you did there, Konami. I'm following you. Make sure to follow them on Twitter, evidently. Which is cool. Hey, listen. I'd rather Konami use social media in order to update the player base, like Twitter and Instagram, Facebook even, rather than their out-of-date website. But if they want to do, but if they want to do both, that's fine as well. I do like how they have a link as well. Okay, anyway. So anyway, the ban list came out. The next one's going to be coming in a few months. Mind you, a few months. So, I'm not going to go over the cards banned, but at this point, you probably know what's banned already. But what we're going to be doing is talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Metagame and the market, obviously. Talking about what's been impacted because of the bans. So, it's very important. These market watches are the most critical, in my opinion, because what we're going to be talking about is cards that are going to be going up or down in a fast time. And I'll give you my opinions about the prices. So, looking at Sprite Blue out of Powder Elements, obviously the question is, are Sprites dead? With Ronin Totem being banned, is Sprites gone? In my opinion, no. I still think they're a tier 1 deck. But what is going to be happening is a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players is going to be getting rid of Sprite Blue in a very short amount of time. In my opinion, it's mostly fear selling is what you're going to be seeing with Sprite Blue. In fact, you can look at the last month chart. Every time the price went down, it stabilized, only to go down again and stabilize. And the reason that is because if I had to time it, you could time that towards YCS events where Tillmans are dominant, but then every time it stabilizes, that's normally around regionals and locals where sprites show a better domination in a shorter form kind of event. And that's why you see Sprites Blue and sprites in general have this kind of weird trend, besides Elf, which is used by Tillmans. So look at the price point of Sprite Blue. It's roughly around $60, and the question is, V, is it going to go down? Probably, but not the way you think it's going to. I think it's going to go from 60 to 55, maybe 50, but I do think the next stabilization price for Blue, if I had to pick a number, I would predict 55, due to the fact that I do think sprites are still going to be tier 1. Time to talk about Tillmans. Will Tillmans go up in value, you might ask? Well, not like you think. You see, a lot of people that want Tillmans obviously bought Tillmans already. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that wanted to drop money on a playset bought it up. The question is Tillmans going to be going even higher in value? I do think so, but very gradually that we can see it. Right now, you're seeing the price might be roughly around $91. Was as low as 80. It goes between 80 and 90. That's pretty much the hover price for this card. I do see this card going back up again to a certain price point, but I don't think Primeval Plan Paralino might go as high as you think. You see, in my opinion, the biggest problem with Tillmans has been Mystic Mine. And of course, Konami decided not to ban Mystic Mine. No. Ban Red Reboot. That's a problem. Don't want those trap players getting any hope, right? I mean, they already have one. It's already won against trap players, but hey, screw trap players, am I right? Lightning Storm getting reprinted in Megatins, Heartbeat Feather Duster, Twin Twisters. Those are okay getting rid of trap decks. But don't you dare play that trap card that just screws over trap decks. Because there's so many in the game. Like, what are you doing, Konami? But instead, Mystic Mine's at 3. And Mystic Mine is pretty good ideally against Tillmans. Except my prediction is we're going to see a lot of players play Runics. In fact, if I had to point out one archetype, one card, and say this is the hidden gem, it's going to be Runics from Tactical Masters. This is how you out and stay consistent in the future of the game. Now, you don't need to buy Runic Tip or Runic Fountain. They're insanely overpriced. Runic Tip Ultra Rares and Runic Fountain Ultra Rares are going to be overpriced as well. Hugin, you only need 2, by the way. You don't need to buy 3, you buy 2 Hugins. That is also going to be insanely high in value. Tip, you're going to need 3 of, and Fountain, you can buy at least 1. You should have 2, and realistically, I would recommend 3. And if this is going to be the case, if my prediction comes true, what we're going to be seeing here is something really interesting. We're going to see a new field spell, because Fountain's a 3 of, right? So, here's the question. If you're looking to play Tillmans, do you play 3 Fountains? I would assume so, since it lets you draw 3 cards in an ideal situation. So what's going to happen with Primordial Plan Paralino? Well, it might go down to a 2 of, and why Runic Fountain might be the 3 of. And I could be wrong, but this is my prediction. I do think Primordial Plan Paralino, even though it's a phenomenal card, it will get bumped down in lieu of a card like Runic Fountain, which is a better card. And the reason I think these are going to be combining, we're going to see Runic Tears, is because Runic Tears are the best way to deal with the biggest weakness against Tillmans, which in my opinion is Mystic Mind. Now, obviously, you can play Tillmans still. You can get your Eradicated Emanating Virus, activate it, and you can still do all that. That's fine. But I think that this is going to be a more consistent build of, in my opinion, the future of Tillmans. And only short future. Obviously, when new cards coming out, it could change. Blackwing Steam the Cloak actually is a very important card. Well, Blackwing's coming out with a new support relatively soon. In the next core set, Blackwing Steam the Cloak coming to 1 is massive. Absolutely massive. Blackwings themselves are kind of underrated here in the TCG. And it goes to show, I mean, look at the OCG. You barely hear about them. Allegedly, right? The thing is, though, Blackwing's biggest weakness is Max C. And the OCG, Max C is at 3. But the bans didn't hit Max C. The ban has said, you know what, Max C stays banned, so Blackwings kind of have all gas. They don't have to worry about Nibiru, and I think Blackwings are kind of okay with that. Look at the current price point of Blackwing Steam the Cloak out of Dragons and Legends. The current value of this card is roughly around $1, $2. Most Blackwing players already have it. If you don't have it, you might want to consider it. Being the fact that Needle Fiber is banned, this card's okay. Here's the crazy part. Cyberjar at a Duelist Pack Kaiba Ultima Rare got unbanned. It's at 1 Cyberjar. Did that change the price? No. Listen, I think Cyberjar is a cool card. It's $100, not bad, for the Ultimate Rare. It has a bunch of other print things. The question is, are you going to get Cyberjar? Do you care about Cyberjar like that? Is it worth it? I mean, is it? Are you going to play in your deck? Let me know in the comment section down below. Then we have Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line coming off the ban list because Needle Fiber went on the ban list. It's weird how that works, where Konami's like, you know what, we're actually going to hit the real problem card, and then unlock the cards that actually did brought out, and kind of cheat out, and what have you. Look at Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. I think it's a great card, but minus Needle Fiber and minus Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, this card isn't as powerful, and kind of okay with it coming off. It's going to be really doing nothing. Here's where it gets scary, though. Substone only came out of Light and Destruction. You know, that set with Lights on when Lights on first debuted. Light and Destruction. Remember that? What, you were in diapers when that set came out? Crazy. Your boy V had a full head of hair, 6-pack abs, and playing Lights One when this set first debuted. Seriously. Looking at Substitute right now, the price allegedly, I've been told, goes down in value, right? Well, if you want Substitute, no big deal. It's about $40 for a rare at a Light Destruction. It's at 1, by the way. Now, the question is, will Substitute actually make or break decks? Here's the crazy part. This card's insane. This card by itself, if it hits board and you have 3 Swap Frogs in deck or 2 Swap Frogs, can help you cheat out Swap Frog, depending if you have the right build, I guess, right? The problem is, will it see play? If it doesn't, it's not going to see play. This card is $40. It's a waste of money as a rare. If it does see play, $40 might be the floor. So it's really hard to speculate on where this card price is going to be going. Is it going to be going high in value? Is it going down in value? Will Konami make a reprint of Substitute? That was going to be yes, by the way. 100%. I think we'll probably get a super rare reprint like an OTS pack or something. Nevertheless, though, looking at Substitute, is it worth getting right now? I would say no. I mean, don't get me wrong. If this card sees play, yeah, you're going to be paying probably, if you're lucky, double in value. But does it see play? It's a hard question. Why did Konami just directly hit Totally Awesome? Well, in the case of Needle Fiber, Konami just didn't hit the right card until it was way afterwards. Once again, they hit Auroradon. They hit everything else. They hit everything else, so Needle Fiber wouldn't be as broken. And, you know, fun fact, Needle Fiber still broken, so they finally hit Needle Fiber. It almost ran into like Instant Fusion, where Instant Fusion now is limited, but before they hit limited Instant Fusion, they hit the card it brought out originally, which was Elder Entity Norden. And Instant Fusion at once still sees play in Tillmans. Well, in the case of Totally Awesome, it's probably going to be the same situation, where Totally Awesome is the problem card of Sprites, but Konami didn't hit Totally Awesome, they hit Ronin Toden. So, is Totally Awesome still going to be used as Sprites? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think that somehow it will be. Spellbook Judgment came off the ban list. I'm going to be honest with you, I love Spellbooks. I love this deck a lot. Judgment coming off the ban list does nothing. I'm going to be, after this video is done, after this live stream, whatever, I'm selling my Spellbook Judgments. I hope Spellbooks come back, and maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. Nothing would make me even happier. But, yeah, I have a bunch of Spellbook stuff. I have a Spellbook core. I'm going to unload a lot of Spellbook stuff. I don't think it's going to be worth it at all. But if you're playing Spellbooks, Godspeed, seriously. Because Spellbook Judgment right now has the Megatins from 2014. So we're talking an 8-year-old card on its second reprint, only reprint. This card is roughly around $21. And original print Spellbook Judgment, I mean, $21 from an 8-year-old card is not bad, but it's a Megatin card. Original print Spellbook Judgment at Lord Tachyon Galaxy. This card right here, first edition, is roughly around 59 bucks. Listen, that's high price right there. That to me is high price, bro. Like crazy. Look at the point of red lows. It got limited. Sure. I mean, any card that allowed you to see your opponent's hand and then take a card away is insane. Hand knowledge in this game is so broken. I'm shocked the point of red lows wasn't banned. But probably Konami only had a certain amount of cards they had to ban. So they banned Red Reboot and set a point of red lows to 1. It's Konami logic. I don't agree with this, but yeah. Then we have Herald of Orange Light. What am I talking about Herald of Orange Light? It wasn't even on the ban list, V, you might say. Well, if you're watching this video right now, we know Tillmans are going to be going strong with the new support coming out. We know this already. It's not a question. Looking at the OCG list, which we can simply look at, they're running 3 Herald of Orange Lights. So it's up to you, but in my opinion, Herald of Orange Light is the go-to card to get. Now, you don't need to buy Ultimate Rare. By the way, it's not $100. The Ultimate Rare is $150. Don't let that deceive you, TCG player. Get fixed. $150 for Ultimate Rare Herald of Orange Light. You don't need to buy this one. You don't need to buy it. You can buy a common one. And they start as low as like $7, $8 for a common. You're going to want to get 3. You need 3. You can play 2, but you really should get 3. So, once again, that's for my Tillman players. All right. Cyber Angel Ben 10 coming into 3 is actually a massive boost for Drytrons. And you're probably saying, V, who cares about Drytrons? You should. You should care about Drytrons. Drytrons are huge because Drytrons is a rogue deck that now knows whatever you're playing. I did a live stream, and in my live stream I discussed this. I said, hey, listen, if you're playing Sprites, if you're playing Tillmans, within a couple of your cards, your opponent could probably populate your entire deck list. That's a troublesome for you. For you. That's problems for you. To that Drytron player, he can have any version of Drytrons he wants, and you really don't know what it is. But he knows what you're going to do. And you're testing your deck. You're practicing against other Tillmans and Sprite players. That's what you're practicing against. You're not really practicing against Drytrons, right? But they are practicing against you. Which gives an advantage and an edge to rogue decks like Drytrons, which now got 3 Ben 10s. So once again, I'm going to throw it out there. This is still a huge boost for Drytron players. Will they get the regional invites throughout the season? I think we'll see it sporadically. Will it be more than last season? Maybe. It definitely won't make them on top of the whatever, but they're definitely going to be a deck you have to, in the back of your mind, think about. If you don't know what Drytrons do at this point in this game, you better learn quickly, or you're going to lose this deck. All right, so since Tillmans didn't get touched, Dangers are been cooling off in value because the ban list might start going back up in value. We know they're cooling off, by the way. Danger Chujinoko is $27, market price $32. Danger Nessie original print secret rare $30, market price $45. Book Fit $17, market price $25. Like Dangers all over the place because of the ban list have been going down in value. And I still think Tillmans, using a card like Eradicate Epidemic Virus, which also stops Mystic Mind, is a problem. And I do think Danger Tillmans can easily bring out Eradicate Epidemic Virus, which is going against a lot of decks. Obviously against Runics, more importantly against Mystic Mind players. If you caught spells to use Eradicate Epidemic Virus, it doesn't matter if your opponent activated Mystic Mind. That gets, it doesn't matter. Your opponent is screwed in a whole different way. So I do think cards, like obviously the Danger package, can help push that out. And we will see more Danger Tillmans up into the new support with Dangers. And even then we might see some. Mystic Mind got away again on the ban list. Mystic Mind right now, filming up this video, is still good. In fact, after the ban list, since it didn't get touched because cards like Red Reboot were infinitely more important, Mystic Mind is at 3. So what happened? Okay, Mystic Mind at 2020 Twin Lost Memories, a 2-year-old card, is now $25. $25 for Mystic Mind. 2 or 3 your blood, no big deal. You can still buy the gold one if you are that kind of guy. If you're kinky like that. The super rare is roughly around $14. And there's only 4 listings. Gold has 11 listings. And 2020 Tin Lost Memories has 8 listings. That's it. It's fair to say Mystic Mind is still going to be around. Even though I don't agree with this. I think if you're buying Mystic Mind, you're buying an uphill battle still. Don't get me wrong. Mid-game, top deck mode, Mystic Mind. Yeah, it's going to get you some turns. And it could potentially win you the game. And that's another reason why a lot of UK players are buying this card. It's a better version of Chicken Game. And you can't play Chicken Game. It's banned. It's too broken. Mystic Mind's at 3. Somehow that works. I was going to throw it out there. I think Mystic Mine is definitely going to be a problematic card for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. And obviously, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players have to, whenever building their deck, think about a card that is not filled with anything. It's not filled with any archetype. It's not like Runix that has their own archetype. Not like Sky Strikers. No. It's just one card. A card so broken, Yu-Gi-Oh players, one player in particular, won a YCS by making an entire Mystic Mine burn deck around this one card that doesn't belong to any archetype. So yeah, it's all the ban list. We're going to be playing with it. And kids that more likely would lose any other way, skillfully lose, will now get a free win because they drew the right card at the right time. Heart of the cards. I'm a big fan of this card, and if there's one of the cards you want to think about how to stop them, well, why not think about a card like Unending Nightmare? Since Red Reboot's limited, I guess you could play this card. This card, original print out of Maximum Crisis, by the way, is roughly around $4. 2 or 3 of blood, no big deal. It also has an ultra rare, and yeah, the ultra rare is kind of cheap. It's 22 cents. If you bought the Shadow Structure deck, it's 19 cents. Or if you have it, it's it's there. Listen, Unending Nightmares is definitely a good card and definitely good against, well, good against Mystic Mine. It's also good against Primary Plan Paralino, and it's also good against Runix, specifically Runic Fountain. It's a very good card against that. So I think this is a good card. This card actually might start seeing more play because Yu-Gi-Oh players want to stop playing against continuous dot spells and traps that can be a huge issue. So I highly recommend, if you don't own Unending Nightmare, it's probably one of the most important cards for you to at least focus on or look through your collection for, as this card can help you stop those other cards, some of which should have been on the ban list. I don't know, you let me know. And of course, Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries. This card's important now, even more so than ever, because sprites have to do a little bit more now. Maybe bring out Toad, I don't know, you let me know. Using Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries to hit a Sprite Elf is huge. Using Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries to hit Tillmans Kikalos is also huge. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries makes its way into the main deck. Hey, I'll play into your Triple Tactics Talents if I could Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, your Kikalos, or your Elf. And we might start seeing Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries in the main deck as opposed to like DD Crow. You can DD Crow all day long. Have fun not playing Kikalos. I don't know, you let me know. I think Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries is getting better and better as time goes on, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players catch on to this and start maining this card, and even going second, being okay with going second, holding Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Obviously, this ban is not what we all would assumed it was or wanted it to be, but this is what we have here. And like every Yu-Gi-Oh ban list, this is the reality. We could complain, we could yell, and trust me, I wanted to punch my computer when I saw Mystic Mine not on the ban list and Maxi on the ban list. It annoyed me, but this is what we have here. This is the reality. Screaming, complaining, bitching, moaning does nothing. This is the game. This is the reality. Let's get to work. Let's get rid of these cards. Let's break these boards, and let's get the dubs. And do it right within the market so you don't have to pay crazy high prices because people are now going to be playing certain cards, like I said, Runic more than likely, or Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Make sure to check my website out, YGOPaisano.com. Great website, great field centers. It's your boy V, and you boys all have a great day.